What's up, you guys? Today we're going to be working on the Jeep Cherokee. We're going to be upgrading the headlights and LEDs and the harness. So let me show you what we got for this Jeep. These are from Auxito LED lights, and this is the part number 9003/H4/HB2. Same thing right there. I don't know why these GoPros don't focus much, but got that. And then in order to put aftermarket light bulbs, we have to replace the actual headlights. So you see the light is yellow and these are white LEDs. I think it's just gonna make it look a little better. And also, if you guys just want brighter lights, you could upgrade your harness. The thing with these Jeeps is that the power goes straight to the switch that you pull to turn on the headlights, and then it comes to the headlights. If you upgrade the harness, these lights do get a little more power, more juice, so they light up a bit more. I'm gonna turn off this light right here. Give you guys a little shot of what it looks like in the dark. So this is the light on our garage door. So right now, from where the Jeep is parked to the garage door, it is about 6 feet and 4 inches roughly. This is what it looks like. So I'm gonna show you guys the parts before we throw them on there. These are the Auxito lights. Come with the instruction, some zip ties and some O-rings. These are the lights. They have a little fan back here to keep them cool. And I think this is like a resistor or something. And then the H4 plug. For the headlights, we ordered these on eBay. These were like 20 to 25 bucks. They're glass. The back is plastic, and some of them do have a little spot right here for an LED bulb. You could, I guess, wire them to your daylight or something like that. We didn't want none of that, so I think these look pretty good and simple. And then for the harness, we got this on eBay. It was like 20 bucks, I think. They do have different brands. I guess people rebrand them. We got the cheapest one we were able to find. It's 2 relays. Then this side is for the passenger side, the shorter side. Got the power, the plug that goes into your factory harness, and then your new bulbs plug into this, and you have a ground. Then the longer side, you have to run it all the way to the driver's side. Same thing as the H4 plug and the ground. We're gonna redo the terminals because we kind of don't like these, are kind of too thin. For now, we're gonna start off by removing the grill. It has a couple of Phillips screws. Next, we're going to remove these headlight bezels. Now we have to remove the actual headlight, and there's 4 Phillips head screws holding this little ring around the headlight. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the driver's side. Remove the headlight bezel and then the light down here and the headlight itself. Now we're gonna remove the battery so we can mount these relays here on the inner fender. I'm gonna disconnect the positive and the ground so we can pull the battery. These relays, I think we're gonna mount them right here. I think that's a good spot right there. We're just gonna use some self tappers and go straight through this. We're just gonna give it a little bit of space between this and the relays because this is where the head thing goes in. So we got the relays mounted. We use 2 self tappers. Now we can pull the headlight plug through here, through the inside, and we're going to plug this connector onto the original one, to the factory one. We got it plugged in, make sure it's all the way in, and we're gonna replace this ring terminal. So for the plug, we're gonna cut it to length. We're gonna stick the plug back into the bucket, the headlight bucket. And once we have enough, we're going to cut it. I think that this is pretty good right there. We're gonna use this bolt that goes to the radiator support, and we're just gonna clean it up. We had already pulled this bolt out just to make sure that we could get good ground. So we're gonna measure and then cut. We got this terminal done. We just cut this little plastic off of the ring. This is what goes down here. So we cut it off and then we put some heat shrink. We crimped it. This is what it looks like. Now we're gonna hit this with the wire wheel like that, just so we could get the paint off and get a good connection, a good ground. Now for the power, we're going to pull this off, and I'm thinking of bolting it up to this connection right here. It's a 10mm. We're going to redo this as well, and we just kind of routed the cable back here just so it could be tucked away a bit. We're going to cut it a little shorter. So once again, we're going to cut this off, replace it with something different, because these are super flimsy. Look. Now we have to run the harness to the driver's side, and we're having an issue because of the transmission cooler. I can't run it through here because the transmission cooler is really close right here, so I can't get it all the way through. But what I'm gonna do is, we actually got it through from here, from the same place where we got this harness in. It's just back here. We're gonna zip tie it along this harness all the way up here, but to get it in there, we're gonna pull this plug off. So I'm gonna find a way to get the pig in here, release these two, the blue and the white, put it all the way through, and then once it's over here, I could put the plug back on. We got the cable up here, and it goes up here with the factory harness. I don't know why it's sagging right here, but we just tucked it up. And then it goes down here. We got a zip tie on this as well. and then we were able to get it all the way in. And we have the ground in here, right here somewhere. So we're gonna do the same thing over here. We're just gonna go, all we have to do is just cut the end off, put the new one on with some heat shrink, and bolt it up after we clean this up. Okay, now that we have the grounds, we're gonna spray a little bit of paint so we can get the corrosion off of the ground. And we're gonna throw the battery in so we can test the lights. When you plug these in, make sure the high beam and the low beam work. If not, then the wires on the plug are backwards. I believe on some cases on that harness it could be backwards, since that harness does fit a couple of different vehicles. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug these in, one on each side, and we're gonna turn on the headlights, test out the high beams, and then we'll put everything back together if everything is good. So the high beams are on right now. Now we're gonna turn everything off, reassemble everything, and then we'll show you how it looks. We were assembling the driver's side first, and we noticed that this piece right here doesn't go in all the way because of these little tabs. So we're gonna pull this off and cut these off. And to pull them off, I think you just have to pull this spring, and then it should slide off of that screw and that screw. This is roughly what we're gonna cut off on both sides. So I'm gonna do this one first, and we're gonna test fit it, and once we know how much to cut, we're gonna pull off the passenger side and do that to the passenger side. We just cut off the ears, and then we hit it with the flat wheel, and this works. So I'm gonna throw this back on. Okay, so these headlights have a top and bottom. See, it says top right there, and in order to fit the fan over this, if you want to keep this, you have to cut some slots to fit the fan. We're just gonna keep it on there just because, as long as the fan is not getting blocked, I don't see why there would be a problem. This is what it looks like with the boot on. We got that cut up, and we sprayed it with some paint. So now we're just gonna plug the headlight in and put the ring and bolt it up. Next, we're gonna put this light in. All you have to do is just slide this in and put the 2 screws. Next is the bezel. So just make sure you get this little plug through here. And it has one little screw there, one screw right here on the side, and the 2 screws that go in there. Those are the smaller ones. Last is this corner light. You just put that light in there and then you twist it. And the 2 screws, one on top, one on the bottom. Okay, now the very last piece is the grill. So that sits in there like that. Line up the holes and you put all the screws in. So you could already tell the front end looks way nicer. The brand new clear headlights make it stand out a little more. It just gives it that nice look. So quick rundown, all we did was install the relays right here on the side, pulled out the battery of course so we could get the screws in here and as level as possible. We ran the power to the fuse box. This is where the cable from the fuse box comes out and connects to the battery. We bolted up the grounds to the radiator support on both sides. So there's one here, there's another one on this side, and then we ran the driver's side harness along here. We were able to get it back there so you can't really see it from here. So we're gonna turn on the headlights to show you guys the difference. Now the lights look white on camera, they look blue, I don't know why, but they should be white. Super bright compared to the yellow ones. So this is the light on the garage door, same distance, like about 6.5 feet away from the garage door. And these relays that we got on eBay have that little light on. So I guess if the relay goes bad and the light doesn't turn on, you already know that your problem is here, not your lights. So that's pretty cool. This one doesn't turn on. I'm gonna turn on the high beams and see if this one turns on. That one still didn't turn on. So this is the difference with the high beams on the garage door. you could actually hear the fan blowing. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but you could hear the fan. That's it for this video. Quick little install on the Auxito LED light bulbs, these eBay headlights, and the eBay harness. I will leave a link in the description down below for the Auxito website. If you use that link, you will get a discount on your lights from Auxito, so make sure to click that link down below. And for the headlights and harness that we used, all you have to do is type in 7x6 headlights on eBay and H4 harness. I will leave a link for the specific ones that we purchased. Make sure to check us out on Instagram at Yonke_OXC films. I'll leave that in the description down below, and we'll catch you on the next one.